What's going on, guys? Just wanted to cover a little bit about Bitcoin today. Yeah, so the bullishness continues. Um, Not gonna lie, I feel pretty good right now. I have been in the long for a few days. I kind of kicked it off right around here. I took profits just now, not gonna lie. Hit this particular red zone right here, and we are seeing some rejection, but I don't know if this is the end of it. I think there might be a little bit more, but just on the safe side, I did take some profits at 11% roughly after expenses and all that kind of stuff, after fees. But anyway, yeah, let's go with it. I'm gonna try to keep going from like, do the daily, then the 4 hour, stuff like that, and then kind of go from there. Okay, so bullish engulfing candle on the daily, and not only that, but price is hovering above the 21 EMA, and it's literally pushing the EMA to actually, just it's pressing the brakes and now kind of looking at a reversal. Now, uh, it's to be determined, frankly, because if there is a breakout, oh my God, we are at least seeing like 29.7 in my opinion, which also kind of aligns with this particular previous support that's most likely going to act as resistance from the initial get-go. The candle closes on the daily are at 28.7, so I would expect this particular zone to act as resistance. But before we're even there, uh, I'm looking at this, frankly. I'm definitely looking at this W pattern. Uh, so there's kind of like this lore within the trading world is like, okay, if you see M's, get out, because that's bearishness, right? So you kind of see this M here, kind of have that M-shaped pattern. Now, but if you see W's, you're gonna want to jump in. Okay, so now I'm seeing a W right here, baby. So that's kind of cool. From a daily perspective, on a macro perspective, now price is above the 9 EMA, and I like it's historical, and it's usually painful when price does retrace on the daily back to the 9 EMA, which is at 20.4. So if there were going to be any particular longs, not financial advice, but I wouldn't even like look at it long at this point unless um, price goes back down to the 9 EMA, or if it breaks above and confirms this is support at 21.9, which, that's going to take a little while. But anywho, so far so good. There was a buy signal on the 4th of July. Money flow is still curling up. I spoke about this yesterday on how I like seeing the money flow starting to curl up. That's usually a sign of buyers stepping in. They are outmatching the sellers. The volume for buying is higher than the selling at this point in time. Now, what I don't necessarily like is the yellow line, which is the VWAP, which is the volume weighted average price indicator. Usually when it gets to this levels and it curls down, you kind of do seeing some sell signals. So I don't know if it's going to be today, tomorrow, or the next day, but I do feel like there will be some pullback at some point within the day, with a coming day or two. I mean, it is the weekend. It makes sense. Usually weekends are, I mean, I don't know as of late, but usually they are pretty manipulated just because the order books are thinner. And this could be some time for some revenge on the bear side, because not gonna lie, there were some hedge funds bragging. There was a couple of hedge funds bragging that they were shorting this area, and now they're just completely wrecked-ola, okay? So there are professionals getting wrecked. Not only retail, but professionals getting wrecked. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but like Three Arrows Capital liquidated. Are you kidding me? Jesus, they lost like multi-million, that was hundreds of millions of dollars. I think they owed Voyager like 500 million. I'm talking out of my behind right now. There's an article about it. But yeah, apparently Three Arrows Capital not only was insolvent, but they kind of took out one of their brokers, Voyager Digital. Digital had to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So I think this was kind of planned out. There are some nefarious individuals within the crypto industry that do want to take out whales. This is like whale wars right now, what we're seeing right now. It's unfortunate because there's a lot of like average retail traders like myself who are kind of caught up in the aftermath. But thanks to TA, you can kind of navigate through and kind of get some arbitrage opportunities. But anywho, now when I'm looking at the daily TSI, just going back to the technical analysis, no longer or the future history, current stories. Anyway, price is going above the negative 25 on the TSI, which is usually good. This is the first initial stint of it kind of breaking away from uh, sheer bearish momentum. Now the blue line is still acting as support, so even if there was a pullback, kind of like how this yellow line is, it's going to take a lot for the bears to actually move this back down here. Yeah, it's like a whole 10 points down, which is pretty difficult. It's possible, but difficult indeed. Even regarding the slope, there is a positive momentum building at this time. So even if there was a pullback, it could be eventually at this like horizontal line. Now, if it breaks below it, that'll change momentum indeed. But at this time, it's going parabolic to the upside. So it's kind of hard to be bearish at this point in time, especially on the daily. It's showing a lot of like good signs. The bullish engulfing candle, the TSI pointing up still, money flow dissipating. There was not only a buy signal, but there was a divergence signal right here. I'm sorry, there was a divergence right here, and then you had a double buy confirmation right here. So that's not bad. Okay, so now going to the other indicators. Let's go with the MACD. Let's go slow moving to fast moving. How about that? Okay, so we do have a fourth bullish bar on the MACD. Still, we do have an expansion to the upside on the daily. Still looking pretty good. Now, I skipped the TSI, but I'll get back to it real quick. What I really like, not gonna lie, is the double MACD indicator. Usually when this red starts getting closer to the zero line and crosses above, this is parabolic moves to the upside, okay? We're not even at that yet. So that's kind of interesting. Conversely, though, there could be a hidden bearish divergence that pushes this back. This could like kind of roll over. That does happen sometimes, or like in regards to the teal color, like it'll move up and then come down because of a bearish divergence, and then it'll come back up like that. So there are things to keep an eye out. It's not completely paramount that God, I suck at drawing. Sorry about that. It's not completely foolproof that price will continue to the upside, but there are many indicators pointing to that. So as long as price is above 18.717.4, we can expect prices to continue up in regards to the daily chart. There was a cross back on July 3rd. Actually, well, confirmation on July 4th, and right now it's just playing out. And just crosses on the one day do play out. They do play out. Like this could be 2 weeks of positive price action at the very least, maybe even more. So, but there are this is the daily chart, so pullbacks in crypto are intense. Like this isn't like Berkshire Hathaway stock or whatever. Like this stuff will swing, baby. It will swing. So. Uh, yeah, another good indicator right here is the TMA, pointing green, parabolic to the upside. So far so good. RSI, traditional RSI, we had that 34 cross. After that 34 cross, boom, we had that parabolic candlestick. So still going strong. All right, so now let's zoom in to the 4-hour. What does the 4-hour say? All right. The 4-hour, I would argue, has completely solidified 19.8 as support. This would be my line in the sand. So I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, I did propose this triangle pattern, and it is kind of playing out. I gotta pat myself on the back on this one. So far, I'm kind of expecting this to play out um, until there's resolution, either to the upside or to the downside. But so far, so good. That theory's holding up. Um, right now, price bullishly engulfed above the 100 EMA. So this is pretty paramount to a potential reversal uh, at this time. Now, what I don't necessarily like on the 4 hour is, yes, the money flow is dissipating, and honestly, I like the, yeah, I flipped it from the regular traditional candles to the Heikinashi candles. Just the Heikinashi candle money flow is just like so much smoother. It's easier to read. But yeah, like, what I don't necessarily like is the blue wave momentums are pointing to the upside. So usually what happens is it'll bowl out, kind of like what happened here. It'll bowl out. It did kind of have like a bullish fake out. Money flow is super weak. But anyway, I'm digressing. So at the point of the bowling, you do see momentum peak out, and it comes back down. Yes, but usually these moves outside of the red money flow are weaker than the blue waves within. So like if this red money flow is just getting started and the waves kind of just like going parabolic to the downside, price is going parabolic to the downside. But conversely, if negative money flow is weakening and momentum's waning and it comes down, the move will be less intense to the downside is basically what I'm trying to get at, and vice versa. So even though momentum is peaking out at this point, we're already getting a divergence, which was nullified, but we're probably going to get another divergence at some point within the coming hours or so, maybe tomorrow at some point. I don't expect the price to stay up here for that long. Uh, I do expect some consolidation now. How far to the downside, that is to be determined. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And you see, actually on the 4 hour, this has been, not gonna lie, for the past hour or two, this resistance line has been turning on and off, but it has been right around 21.83. So that's another reason for me to be a little bit micro bearish. If you want to go long, I would wait until price comes back down to the 9 or retests the 100 EMA as support or something like that before you open up a fresh long, because you do not want to get caught in a crappy position long at this time. The move played out. We've had days, and not gonna lie, I called out this little mini falling wedge. um, Not gonna. I've been pretty 100% honestly. I mean, I've only done 3 trades this week, but I mean, I didn't long this, but I did short this, right? So I shorted like roughly right around here. Um, I longed this breakout right here. Boom. And yeah, I basically like did a short down here. Anyway, so far I've been pretty clean in regards to what's been going on here. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that streak for this week. I'm not gonna do anything. I don't like trading on the weekends or near the weekends, frankly, unless I get caught in a trade, um, because the money flows. The order books in exchanges, there's just less people wheeling and dealing, so to speak. So it's just easier for whales to manipulate price. So I don't like trading on the weekends. Like, volatility is super duper high, indicators are less accurate, all that stuff. So it gets really wonky. It gets really frustrating. I learned the hard way in my early days of trading that weekend trading is just the worst days to trade, frankly. Uh, anyway, so I'm here on the 1 hour. I didn't go through the 4 hour actually. There it is. I'll do that right now. Sorry. Okay, on the 4 hour MACD, we are pulling up, but we are kind of getting into these historical zones of reversal. So I do like this. I'm not too sure what's going to happen here. If we create like a lower high, then that's when I'm going to be expecting reversal signs within the 4 hour. But at this time, it's still looking decent. Still looking decent. Okay, TSI still pointing up as long as price is above 20.845. Yeah, we're not even in oversold territory. Oversold territory is in this area. But there are reversals beforehand, so you can't necessarily expect the TSI to come here all the time. But yeah, this is not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, here's the thing. The bears are kind of stepping in. We had the bearish divergence that was invalidated yesterday. We had a hidden bearish divergence that was again invalidated. So now people are opening up shorts, but they are not seeing any progress regarding that, which leads me to believe that momentum will eventually wane. We are in the bullish control zone, so this is pretty good. We haven't been in the bullish control zone in a while, since May. So this is cool. Now, we are in a bear market, so these are kind of short-lived that I've come to notice. Man, in the bull market, man, oh, these things would stay up here and then just go crazy. But now that we're in a bear market, we're barely in there. So like it's real quick where it's just like, whoop, bye. So um, just the fact that we're in the bullish control zone, um, I am a little worried, and I'm pretty sure a lot of traders are worried as well. So that's why most people are taking profits. Now, the reason I love the TMA is because, relatively speaking, it does kind of call the tops and the bottoms, local tops, local bottoms. We are definitely in local top territory. Okay, so another reason why not to take a fresh long at this time, but not financial advice, just giving my 2 cents. Okay, let's go back to the 1 hour here. The 1 hour is also showing support, resistance, new resistance at 21.826. I believe on the 4 hours, 21.83, so it's only a $4 difference in terms of price. There is a confirmed sell signal, but just like this particular sell signal, you don't necessarily have to worry about them because the EMAs are bullish. So when these are, in my case, teal, and your chart green or whatever, um, these act as support ranges. This is like, the line of defense 1, line of defense 2, line of defense 3, and then you also have your horizontal support. So this is line of defense, 4 or whatever. So there are a lot of reasons to not worry about that sell signal. Or at least it being currently weak. So when I see money flow expand like this, making a higher, because you gotta have this like low, and then you have a coming high. So it's already at the point of where it is higher than the previous hill. So bullish momentum to me is not over with. This is, from my perspective, like a cool down area. But keep in mind, you are playing with fire if you're opening up fresh longs at this point because it's above the 60 on the market cipher indicator. So the higher it goes, the further it has to go to fall. But this bar down here is still red. Is still green. So that's a good sign too. That's a lagging indicator. Now, volume, this particular indicator right here, volume is waning. Okay, it had like a spike, kind of consolidated, a spike, consolidated. So I think we're due for some red. And as you can see, we are getting a potential cool down phase right here. I'm waiting for a doji candle, not gonna lie. We might be getting it on the 37. We haven't gotten on the 37 yet, but we do have a legit resistance. Okay. I'm going to keep my eye out for a doji, so maybe for a potential short opportunity, not going to lie. But we'll see. I'm not going to jump into anything at this time, but I am kind of getting some signals of a potential reversal, especially on the TSI here. The TSI is way overbought. That's completely cool. That's fine. But we'll see. For now, the parabolic SAR is still below the price, I like to put entries or stops. In this case, so far, yeah, as long as price is above 21.466 on the 1 hour, we good. Price is still expected to come to the upside, but keep in mind you do not want too long resistance. Okay, you want further confirmation of other things to confirm resistance is real. From that point, you rather look for longs. I mean, sorry, you rather look for shorts at this particular juncture, for scalping opportunities or whatever, but not financial advice. Keep in mind. Anyway, yeah. So we are trying to get a curvature here to the downside as well. On these, I like to see like the little bear sign. I like to see some bearish divergence before any shorts here. I usually have come to realize that those are more effective. So yeah, it is a sell signal, but I'm not seeing any bearish divergence. Like here, um, yeah, I want to see for shorting opportunities. I want to see a little bear signal, a little bear label before I even get into a short. So right now it's just not a good time to do that. But you know, the RSI is showing some signs of weakness. If this decides to cross below, confirms it, then I'll be more inclined to kind of look into shorting. But yeah, from the 1 hour perspective, from a trader's perspective, I'm kind of prepared to maybe take a short within the next couple hours, maybe a day or so. We'll see how it goes. It is a Thursday. Usually Fridays are kind of dumpy days. Um, anyway, yeah, so the TMA definitely in local high territory. It's going from green to orange. Usually it's from green to orange to yellow to red or whatever. So yeah, it looks like, oh, and also the TSI is saying price, as long as price is below 21,612, then it's projected to come down even more. So yeah, I want to see at least 3 other signals say short at this time. We're just not there yet because like I said before, I want to see this cross down. This is a faster moving indicator, so this is what kind of front run the MACD or the TSI. So I'm looking at the RSI in this particular case because it is one of the faster moving indicators relative to what else I got on the chart. But yeah, you see right here, this was kind of like a fake out. Like it was trying to cross the slow moving average, but it was unsuccessful and it just ended up reversing and it created a parabolic move to the upside. So you don't want to get caught in those situations. Like you actually want to candle close confirmation before you even, not only that, you want to candle close confirmation below the slow moving average, but then you also want to retest confirmation where like it tried to confirm that it tried to cross and then it failed. Those are the best times for entry regarding the RSI, in my humble opinion. But yeah, we are starting to get a couple of indications that this is a potential reversal zone. Now, as far as local tops and bottoms here, let's see how this goes. If this is true, and this is a local top, which it's not confirmed, but I want to do some Fibonacci retracements here, just in case. So if this is true, I can expect some reaction right here. And right here in this zone. Now there is some confluence. So this is a Fibonacci retracement tool. Regarding Fibonacci, you want to target from where the top is to the bottom, all the way down to the wick. From there, you definitely want to keep your eye out for the 618 and the 382, which is where the green lines are. Usually, price will like a magnet come down here, either test at a support and continue to the upside, or it will dead cat bounce, kind of like do something like this, make a lower high, and then come back down to 382. Now there are overextensions. If it's like 88% retrace, then it'll come down to the 236. But these are the more common zones where there's reversals or just overall retracements and reactions. So it just makes your probabilities easier in figuring out um, in regards to actually finding a better entry position for a long or like closing out your shorts. But yeah, I'm gonna close that and kind of just keep these lines as reference. There is confluence, so when you have like more than two indicators kind of like confirming a particular zone, in this case it's um, the horizontal support and a Fibonacci number, I do expect price, there is quote unquote confluence. So um, just from my perspective, I can eventually, in my perspective, I'm kind of expecting price to eventually come back down here again, revisit it, kind of maybe create a higher low situation, because I mean, every low has been higher than the previous at this time. So I wouldn't mind seeing, a test down here and kind of confirming a higher low. Because really, I get more excited about higher lows than higher highs, frankly, because you just solidify your safety base. And if it actually comes down, I mean, this could take days, but if it actually comes down, that's a pretty sweet short. That's a pretty sweet short position if you're able to get to the, decent entry. But yeah, it's not guaranteed by no means. It could literally just like say screw you and just like break through this and break through this or whatever. But you got to be prepared for probabilities, okay? You got to be prepared for what's to come. So you got to be you know, open-minded to both the downside and the upside at the end of the day. Um, but anywho, I do expect some consolidation here and maybe even a potential reversal because I love this reversal tool. It does pretty well, especially on higher term time frames. And at this time, we are actually seeing a resistance line, so that kind of saddens me. But at the same time, you never know. There could be a higher low situation to confirm it. But yeah, at the end of the day, I was a good long, good long. I do expect price to have at least come down to 20.81 at the 9 EMA, at the very least, which is near the 20.58 mark. Um, but yeah, I do expect some resolution at this point, like some consolidation at the very least. Um, on the 4 hour, yeah, things are kind of peaked. Now price could be choppy, right? It could come down, create a little higher high, uh, and then yeah, kind of print a bearish divergence. I'm keeping my eye out for a legit bearish divergence. Hasn't happened yet. We had some bearish divergences here, but they were just like due to the EMAs acting as pretty strong support. It was a high likelihood that here, let me just show you, because the EMAs are acting as strong support. It was a high likelihood that these were just going to get invalidated. So this is why you have to have a suite of different indicators, because having multiple indicators saying the same thing only further enhances your confidence in regards to potential trades or moves that you're going to be doing. Whether if you're buying spot or whether you're selling spot or trading leverage or whatever the hell. So having a multitude of different tools at your disposal and being able to read all of them significantly improves your probabilities of winning. And yeah, this is something I just wish to provide you all. I do want people to I want to teach people how to fish, so to speak. But anywho, I'm on a tangent. I'm going to leave it here. I appreciate you listening this long, if you're still here. But yeah, have a great rest of the night, and thank you very much for everything. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I do intend to do these daily. I am accepting requests, so feel free to send a message or comment on the comment section down below to maybe ask for like particular coins you want to do or stocks or whatever. Totally down for that as well. Yeah, and feel free to like and share with your friends and family. Okay, take care. Have a good one. Bye.